Alright then, I came here to continue this video unboxing my pads and doing a wee first thoughts kind of thing since I've got the place to myself, and it's already 9:15 at night. There's a little bit of DIY that I want to do and I've got all the stuff with me, so I might as well do it now. So I'm going to start with this quarter pipe here. It's not even really a quarter pipe, it's more like a kicker, but it's got a pretty rough bit there and I'm always catching my wheels on it. Like there's a bit there that's particularly bad. Don't know if I'll maybe get a better view of it there. Not really, the video doesn't do it justice, but I'm going to go and get my gear and we're going to clean it up and put some concrete down. Alright troops, it's been a while since I've done a voiceover. I'm going to keep this one brief though. I just want to say something that I forgot to mention when I was filming this. I've said this before, but I don't do how-to videos in the traditional sense. This is just me talking through what I did and how I did it, and there's plenty of things that you'll see here that are very, very wrong about how you lay concrete. So if this inspires you to try something like this yourself, then great. But I do strongly advise that you don't go by what I've done and do your homework. Do a quick Google search and you'll find plenty of tutorials that will show you how to do a bit of DIY at your skate park or your skate spot, with proper techniques, the right tools and the right materials for the job. Here's a perfectly good example just coming up here. I should have waited until the glue was dry before laying the concrete. It just helps to bond it to the surface below. It is what it is. If it doesn't last long and needs done again, no harm done. Hopefully I'll have learned something by then. Well, that was a bit of a waste of time. I don't think that's going to work. The concrete that I've used is far too coarse. Yeah, it's fence post concrete. Yep, it's pretty lumpy. The good news is, I've got a rub brick in the car. Obviously can't do it now because it's wet, but when I come back tomorrow when it's dry, I'll give it a good rub down with the rub brick and I'll maybe spray it with lacquer. If it's really bad then I'll just chip it all out, and I've got another idea that might work, so that'll do for that for now. There's not much else I can do with it. We'll call that a night and we'll come back to that tomorrow. We'll see you then. Right, so yesterday was a bit of a waste of time. As bad as it was to start with, if not worse, but it's fixable because I've got what's left of my rub brick. Really not much left of it, but cleaned it up with that and I managed to get a hold of some finer concrete that should hopefully smooth it down a bit better. So I'm going to do a wee time-lapse thing and rub this down. Right, so that's looking a bit better now that I've cleaned it up, but it's still pretty rough. So I'm going to go over it with smooth concrete and see if we can get it a bit better than that. Maybe fill out a couple of these little bits. Alright, so that's me done now. I've patched a couple of extra wee bits. I'm going to do this whole edge here. I'll do that another day. And there's a pretty big hole there. A few little bits and pieces over here. I've not bothered taping around them. I've tried my best to keep everything damp. Obviously if you let it dry out too quick it'll crack. I'm not going to be able to do that for much longer because I'm going to have to head soon. So what will be, and we'll see what the outcome is maybe tomorrow. There's a video that I'm going to be filming very soon when I can actually get the tricks up to scratch. It's a little challenge I've been given. If all goes to plan, you'll have seen it already. That's some of the tricks I'm going to be trying to brush up on today. Heretics family, Tom Arietti, Twitchy and Sons, and Steve from another skateboarding channel. 3-trick challenge, and they have set me the challenge of front 180, switch ollie, and then a half cab, either front side or back side. So that's 3 tricks I'm working on. It's all tricks that I've done before. I'm perfectly able to do them. It's just, have I got the consistency to do all 3 in a line? Find out soon enough. Well, that was it there. I'll leave it in this video, but I'm not going to use that for the challenge because I can surely get better than that. I got the 3 tricks, but they weren't very clean. I'm back. Only briefly though. Don't really have time for a skate just now. Maybe later on, I'll wait and see. But for now, I'm just back here to check on my repairs. Right, so this is looking actually better than I was expecting it to. It's pretty rough, but it's better than what it was. I don't even know how long it'll last because it's not the best concrete that I used. I just used what I had. These are a couple of bits that I patched up. There's holes in the ground. This one here, that was a big one, and that's cracked. So that's obviously not going to last long, but I did what I could with it. So I'll peel off the tape, give it a rub with a rub brick, smooth it off, and then I'll see if it's worth putting a coat of lacquer on it. It's not pretty, it's not smooth by any means, but it goes all the way to the ground now instead of being a half an inch of a step. So we'll skate it when we skate it, and that'll be that. Surely by then I won't have an excuse why I can't do rock fakies anymore. That's your DIY lesson for the month. Set myself a little challenge. A while back, you might remember that I did a review of my Bones wheels, and in that review and the kind of test run afterwards, I was doing rock fakies and rock and rolls on this here, and then slammed coming down fakie. I got some wheel bite, and this is my best chance of getting it. If I don't do it tonight, I'll never be able to do it. So let's go and try and get it. I'm going to kid on that was first try, since it was first try on film. We're good? Do you know, if I could actually bring myself to do that, I'd probably get on so much better, because then you've actually got something to rock on. Aye. Fulcrum. Science. Man, you've got the transition there. Wobbly. Yeah, so Robbie has put an idea in my head, and now I want to try it. So here's what's happening. Robbie's doing that, and I'm going to do it like the normal sane way and not backwards. Front side or back side up. I'm not even going to get into front side and back side.
I was about to go for it there, I swear.
Your truck was like this. It just never stopped. Yeah. What was that I said earlier? Go big or go home. I can't remember if I've ever done this before. I don't think I have. Certainly not on these ramps. Nailed it. Do you start feel locked in like that, or do you have your...
Well, personally Well, if you're learning how to do it, I recommend you learning locked in.
Right.
But when you're actually doing the trick, you can fall into any which way you need, and that's another thing to learn how to get out of.
Yeah, coming up with transition into it, then you kind of don't have a choice. Right, I'm warming up to it a wee bit, getting a feel for the transition, where I need my weight to be. I could probably just commit and go for it. Make it true. Yeah, if I can get 2 or 3, then I'd say I'm there. So there's nothing to it. Anyone that's going through this battle themselves, and you're standing in the coping like this, non-coping, we don't have copings here, this is wick. You're standing up here, you're looking down, you're like, all that's going to happen here is I'm going to go, you're not, trust me, just go for it, lean into it, pivot, turn your shoulders, turn your board with your shoulders, go. Don't do that. I think I leaned a wee bit too much into it. Nearly rock fakey. Oh yes! Oh Robbie, come on! Got a bit cocky there. Only joking. Nah, pretty cool. You can get that pop shove it.
I've been trying to get it for a while.
Yeah.
It's just kind of awkward.
Oh,
Whoa.
close. Oh, nearly. That was a bit of a thump there. You alright?
Aye, just kind of move my
Ego?
aye. Hurt my ego a bit.
You need a slam for your edits though. Oh! That was high up the transition, you were right at the lip.
Maybe I should start a bit lower.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Don't know if I filmed that there, I got a bit distracted. I'll tell you what, I don't blame you for no committing to that. That is one scary trick. Coming from me, that doesn't mean a lot. You saw how long it took me to get front shoves just on flat. It literally took me months, so if you can't get this tonight, if it takes you a few sessions or if it takes you a few weeks or whatever, there's no shame in that.
Keep on trying, boys.
Yeah. I had a vision of me getting a truck to the face there, or at least the camera. That would have been also equally bad.
Yeah. You know, I think I'm done for that one. I'm fucking terrified to try that again.
Solid effort. You got it next time.